Good morning, friends. In this chapter, today we are taking part 8, in which we will discuss fertilization, embryonal development, and parturition. Maybe parturition will be completed in this video or not. If it is not completed, we will make another video number 9 for completion of this chapter. So let's start the process of fertilization. So the process of fusion of sperm and ovum is known as fertilization. Now we have to concentrate on this particular part, AMPULOISTHEMIC junction. The process is completed in fallopian tube at particular point, that is called as AMPULOISTHEMIC junction. What happens is, during coitus, the semen releases into the vagina, and they transfer vagina to cervix, and cervix to uterus, and uterus to the fallopian tube. Okay, fallopian tube, AMPULOISTHEMIc junction. And the ovum also releases into the junction of fertilization. Okay, it will also, the ovum is also after the process of ovulation, it is transferred into the fallopian tube by the continuous movement of fimbriae, and it will uptake by fimbriae and transfer into the fallopian tube at the point of AMPULOISTHEMIc junction. Okay, so during fertilization, the sperms reaches into the zona pellucida and block the entry of other sperm. Okay, so zona pellucida, there will be change in this particular layer. It is changed into a vitelline membrane which prevent the entry of other sperm. Okay, in this process, the acrosome present on the top of the sperm help to secrete some hydrolytic enzymes which are responsible for breaking of ovum membrane. And now the haploid nucleus of sperm transfer into the cytoplasm of ovum. This causes the implementation of mitotic division. Continuous mitotic division takes place. So meiosis, this is what meiosis second takes place at the same time when sperm penetrate into the ovum. And now the ovum, this particular secondary oocyte, that is not ovum, that is secondary oocyte in which the sperm penetrate, secondary oocyte resulting into formation of haploid ovum. Now this ovum is formed and one polar body is formed. So this is a very special moment, we can say a special point, when the haploid sperm's nucleus fuses with the haploid nucleus of the ovum, then zygote is formed. This is the first cell of the life. This is the beginning of we can say sporophytic phase. Okay, gametes fuses to form a first diploid cell. This first diploid cell is the beginning of sporophytic phase, we can say. Mitosis is started in the zygote, moves through the isthmus of the oviduct. Okay, from AMPULOISTHEMIc junctions it will transfer to the isthmus, towards the uterus, we can say. And simultaneously the mitotic division takes place. The one single cell, this zygote is changed into 2 cells, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16. Daughter cells are formed, and this structure is called as, it means the number of cells continuously increases. These cells are called as blastomeres. Okay, the 8 to 16 cell embryo is called as MORULA, which continues to divide to form the blastocyst. Okay, now the next structure, MORULA to blastocyst. The MORULA moves further into the uterus. The cell in this blastocyst are arranged into an outer tropoblast. The cells of this blastocyst, yani ki tropoblast, arranged into outer tropoblast and inner blastomeres are arranged into these two structure. One is the outer trophoblast and inner cell mass. The trophoblast get attached to the uterine endometrium, and the process is called as what? Implantation. This leads to the pregnancy. Okay, the inner cell mass gets differentiated to form embryo. Now this structure, blastocyst, or we can say blastula, further change into the structure called as gastrula. So this is the process takes place at AMPULOISTHEMIC junction. The sperm penetrate and it releases its nucleus into the secondary oocyte. Now secondary oocyte completed its meiosis second to change into ootid, or we can say egg, and releases the polar body. Whenever this both haploid nucleus get fused, now there will be change in the zona pellucida. It will change into a vitelline membrane and prevent the entry of another sperm. Okay, so this is happens at the place of AMPULOISTHEMIC junction. And now this the first structure, diploid structure, zygote, will start to travel towards the uterus. Okay, so this is the first division. Cleavage takes place, in which there are 2 daughter cells are formed. Another division takes place, then the 4 daughter cells are formed, and now again and again it is about 18 cell structure, 16 to 18 cell structure. Then this is called as morula, and further about 64 cells structure. Okay, 4th day, this is the 3rd day structure. This is for continuous successive mitotic division takes place, and the 3rd day this structure is formed. This is called morula, and the next 4th day the late morula, early morula and late morula structure is formed. Okay, so, and now this cleavage, first cleavage completed about 30 hours after the fertilization, and these are the, we can say, the first cells are called as the stem cells. Okay, now so this is what early development up to the late morula, and now to 6 to 7 days this structure is transferred up to this uterus, we can say. Stem cells, these cells are arranged into two different layers, the outer blastomeres and inner mass cells. Okay, inner mass cells, this is what blastula structure is. Blastula, day 6 to 7 after fertilization, blastocyst implantation takes place. So the villi are formed. These are the, you can see this in a structure, some finger like projections arise from the blastula, and similar structure also arise from the chorionic villi of endometrium, and they both get fused to form placenta. And now the process is called as what? Implantation. Okay, so from day 0 to, you can study day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6 to 7. About 6 to 7 day it is completely, you can say, it is changed into a structure that is called as blastula. Why it is blastula? Because of a cavity is formed inside. This is blastocele cavity. That's why this structure is called as blastula, and this is the structure which implanted on endometrium of uterus. Now the blastula is changed into another structure that is called as gastrula, and the process is called as gastrulation. Okay, so gastrula, in the structure of gastrula, all the cells are arranged into 3 different layers. The outer layer is called as ectoderm, middle layer is called as mesoderm, and the internal layer is called as endoderm. And here the differentiation takes place. So the ectoderm will be responsible for formation of our nervous system and epidermis of skin, where the mesoderm is responsible for formation of skeletal tissues, muscular tissue, circulatory system, artery, veins, capillaries, blood and heart, etc. And also gonads, ovaries and testes are also formed by the mesoderm, where endoderm will take part in formation of digestive tract, most of the organs of digestive tract, respiratory system, liver, pancreas, bladder, etc., etc. So this is what a gastrulation takes place after implantation. All the cells of blastula change into 3 different layers, and now this structure is called as gastrula, and this gastrula three different layer of gastrula differentiated to form different tissue system of our body. So in this slide you can see all these stages: zygote to morula to blastocyst, blastula to embryo and to fetus, and these are the specific features are also given on the front of all this structure, so you can study the different concept from here. In case of pregnancy, after implantation, the trophoblast form finger-like projections, chorionic villi. मैंने पहले chorionic villi के बारे में कहा था कि वो यूट्राइन वॉल की होती है, नहीं ये ट्रोपोब्लास्ट की होती है, ठीक है. chorionic villis of trophoblast surrounded by the uterine tissues and maternal blood, ठीक है. प्लेजेंटा का फॉर्मेशन हो जाएगा. the chorionic villis and the uterine tissues get integrated to form placenta, and which help in supplying of the developing embryo ऑक्सीजन को सप्लाई करेगा, न्यूट्रिएंट सप्लाई करेगा, है ना. सो प्लेजेंटा इज अ वाइटल रिलेशनशिप कनेक्शन बिटवीन मदर एंड डेवलपिंग fetus, which help in supplying of respiratory gases, nutrients, and also eliminate the excretory material which formed inside the fetus, transfer to the excretory organs of mother. Okay, so placenta is also responsible for secretion of some hormone. The first of all, progesterone hormone. Till the 9 month of pregnancy, it will maintain the concentration of progesterone. Also secretes a human placental lactogenic hormone, human chorionic gonadotropin hormone, growth hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone, and relaxin hormone. All these hormones are also secreted by placenta to perform different functions. So after this parturition and lactation, the human pregnancy has the duration of 9 months 32 weeks approximate. This duration is called as the gestation period. Okay, this internal development period is called as gestation period. At the end of this period, the vigorous uterine contraction leads to the delivery of the fetus. This process is called as parturition. मैं आपको एक अलग से वीडियो में बताऊंगा फाइटल इजेक्शन रिफ्लेक्स के बारे में, एक वीडियो और करना ही पड़ेगा. And parturition is the neuroendocrine mechanism, and it is started by the mild contraction of uterus. यूट्रस के माइल्ड कॉन्ट्रैक्शन से प्रोसेस शुरू होती है, और इसका एक रे डायग्राम मैं आपको एक्सप्लेन करूँगा, लेकिन वो नेक्स्ट वीडियो में. इस वीडियो में यहीं तक. नेक्स्ट वीडियो में हम फाइटल इजेक्शन रिफ्लेक्स और पार्चुरेशन की फर्दर स्टेप्स को पढ़ेंगे, और साथ में हम पढ़ेंगे यहाँ पर लैक्टेशन की प्रोसेस के बारे में. ठीक है, तो इस वीडियो में इतना ही. इसके बाद नेक्स्ट वीडियो आएगा, और उसके बाद उस वीडियो में हम इस चैप्टर को ख़त्म कर देंगे, और उसके बाद आपको क्वेश्चंस मिलेंगे जिसको आपको सॉल्व करना है. तो तब तक के लिए धन्यवाद. बने रहिए, घर पे रहिए, सुरक्षित रहिए और पढ़ते रहिए. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.